Hello, loyal sports fans, and welcome back to the NRL SuperCoach BDE Podcast. We are the best draft experts here to dive into all the NRL Round 6 teams action and give you that best analysis in the business on all things draft, baby. Welcome aboard to those who have already joined us online. Saran even on before we've even started. How good do you run? Simo, your boy Saran, how keen is he, honestly?
Right. Yes, welcome, Saran, and all the other listeners. Great to see everyone's pumped up for this very important waiver wire podcast. It's we're 5 weeks in the books. Obviously, some teams are flying high, some teams maybe not so much. There's suspensions and injuries, as there is every week, but this week there's just a lot going on with obviously Reece Walsh is the headliner. You got Farnworth on bye, obviously all the Dolphins for that matter, but obviously you got Critter out, Best out,
a few other people out as well.
Bro, I was waiting to see if it was there's another plane crash in my house.
The list goes on and on.
Oh, he's back. No,
I'm back.
He's back, mate. You absolutely spaced it after about 3 names.
Oh, good. That's probably a good thing because I forgot who was injured halfway through. So let's not go through that again.
No, we're off to a great start with your net, mate. I will wave my hands about furiously Team America style if it does it again, all right?
No, okay. It's all good. Like, honestly, on my end, all I see is a black screen. I'm just like, oh, shit, it's gone. So.
All right. Todza, welcome, good sir. Fresh off a wonderful outing to the mighty Finns home ground for you and I on Thursday.
Yes.
How are you all?
It was a good night, mate. We had a good night, put away a few tins. Not really the result I was after, nor the Dolphins fans I was sitting with after, but that's the way it is, mate. You got to see Tommy Turbo in the flesh do his thing. It's a good night, mate. Good footy over the weekend. I enjoyed a lot of it. But, as Simo said, huge things happening this week in the old team list. So looking forward to cracking into it.
Yeah, a bit of carnage, as Simo did half tell us. For me, it was seeing Tolo Kula in the flesh, mates. The one I've been beating the drum even, but bloody hell. He was ridiculous.
Yep.
Also, did go to Rabina for the first time, lads. Wasn't that a fun experience? To see Reece
Walsh. First time.
No, that's a blatant lie.
They'd be rolling the red carpet out for you these days, wouldn't they? You frequent there that much?
Mate, I tell you, we got on the pitch for a bit of preseason, and I yelled out to one of my absolute favourites, "We love you, Daddy Fermor. Build him a statue." And I got the big turnaround and the big smile on the wave. And that's it. Made my night, actually. Probably didn't need to yell at him as he was about 1.5 meters away from me, but it was good. It was good fun. I was pretty happy with it. It was good experience, actually. I was there for $1, got out on the pitch, which was pretty good fun. And I had this dude in a suit was passing a ball around, and we were flinging it about the place. And one of the lads in the group has gone to catch one and eating shit on the pavement in front of was spectacular. So, yeah.
Was the guy in the dinner suit Lockie Ilias, by any chance?
It could well have been, Simo. I know that there was a couple of ladies were talking him up appearance-wise, and I said, look, you can have that. Go on a modelling career or something because footy ain't it. Footy ain't it.
Lockie Ilias was actually the guy that ate shit on the pavement. That was him.
I didn't want to say.
Oh, man, we can sledge Lockie Ilias on this podcast.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Lads, there's a lot to get through tonight, so I want to jump straight into the games. And, we aren't going to be the potty that sits here and rips on about how good the Penny Panthers are because they just are. And it's early in the season that obviously injury could turn this around, but I just want to check into the value of their players, and obviously you want a piece, right? Casey McLean, that ship has sailed. You ain't getting him for love nor money. Tom Jenkins riding as high as you can. I think just a simple yes or no, gentlemen. He's going too well to even sell high. You just ride it out. Right?
Ride the train, baby.
Too good.
Look, you picked him up as a free agent or a waiver, most likely. The bloke's the CTW1. Actually, he's the number 1 player, I do believe, at the moment. So, if you want to sell, sure, but if those initials aren't like H. Farnworth or L. Mitchell or something along those lines that you're getting for him, you've really got to be getting something amazing in return.
on a buy round, like I could live. The reason I brought it up, Simo, we've offered this advice before. Tom Jenkins potentially plus something to get Herbie when Herbie's on a buy. I'm not saying you definitely should do it, but I'm saying if you got a surplus, I still like that in the long run personally, but you don't have to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Paul Alamotti, is there anything there, Todzer, and also Brian Toll? They're just not getting it the same. It's all the left, and can you blame them?
Yeah, you can't blame them. They're going good over there. Like Alamotti put out a 56 on the weekend, I guess. It's not hurting you. It's not killing you. I mean, Brian Toll has been pretty hot and cold as well, but, like, they're not killing you like crazy. I think they're fine. I think theirs will get theirs, eh? Like, Toll still got 73. Like, it's not the crazy stuff you want, but I think he's still good enough. Still.
Do you buy low on either of those two Tots? Because Toll would be very gettable right
I would
now.
love to buy low on Brian Toll. I just think that, like, back end of the year, they might start going that way and get something. So I would buy a little bit low on Brian Toll in terms of he hasn't hit those massive hundreds and he doesn't look like he's going to. So I would be buying low there.
Okay. Yeah, I can live with that. And just a quick mention to Isaiah Papali'i just crucifying owners by literally dropping it over the goal line on the weekend. I'm sure if one of our listeners at least would have been cost to win because of that old fumble. I love those ones when the head hits the hands. We've all been there. We've all been there in our limited careers compared to you, Isaiah. So
I will say this about IPAP. This is more like this is not a super coach argument. This is purely just real life. He's probably like the one Panther that has a bit of a weakness in terms of his ball handling. Like he's just that era, he has it in him. And the same as with like a wayward pass or whatever. Like, you know, there's a lot of like segments on talk shows and that at the moment because the Panthers are going so well, and rightfully so. But all these things like, oh, do the Panthers have a weakness? It's like their weakness is literally just does IPAP drop it at a really bad time in a really big game? Yes or no? Because like I just don't see how else they get beaten at the moment. They're just that good.
Even Freddie Lussick looked like an absolute legend, which just I know Todd's for you and I in particular. We've commented plenty on Freddie Lussick on this podcast. So all right, over to the Dogs. So just to really quickly touch on, if you can sit them this week, sit them. Was excited to see potentially Burton move to the centres, but Matty Burton, gentlemen, there's a goal-kicking run coming up here, so just be patient if you're an owner. Really quickly, Simo, I think our man Critter's out for a while. Could Matt Burton, he will probably score poorly this week, most likely, I guess. Maybe the floor will be okay, but is he someone potentially we could be looking at next week?
Yeah, I think so. Like, owners are probably going to hold on to him now because he's going to have that kicking, as you said. But, I mean, let's face it, like against the Panthers, they're probably going to get maybe one shot at goal, if that. So,
that'd be lucky, mate.
They would have to be, yeah. Like maybe the ball bounces the wrong way or something.
Yeah. Without Critter. Oof.
To your point, like, yeah, the real call here is to, wait an extra week. I think it's fair to say that the Panthers matchup, like you're gonna back that in that he'll score poorly in that. So I mean, if he comes out and brains against Penrith, then so what? You missed your chance. But I think the smart money move is to wait a week, watch him go poorly, target him the week after because they've had their bye as well, which is pretty good for the Origin period coming up. So I think it's a pretty good shout to do that.
I'll move on to game number 2, the resurgent Seals against the Dragons. Your only fear, Todger, is exactly what happened to owners last week is that Tommy is on a roll and, he got a HIA, but they also, I would hope, Kieran Foran seems like a pretty damn smart man anytime I've heard him speak. He also knows you wrap your Ferrari in cotton wool. So I love it for Tolo Kula if he's going to sneak back into fullback anytime Tommy's off. That is gone spectacularly well. The Tommy Turbo, mate, he'll run right. Can you greenlight Ruben Garrick and also Lehigh here, mate?
First of all, my only concern for this game is that I will have nothing to do and I'd have to watch it because this is a stinkfest of all stinkfests. Would I fire up Garrick and Lehigh against the Dragons? I would fire them up.
Yes. 100%. Yeah, it's their time. If you put up with Ruben till the last 2 weeks, you've at least got some stuff going. A good shout from from all of us, really, on Lehigh. By the way, I had some thanks for some listeners that got on Lehigh just in time. He was fantastic. The one thing we'll share, Toddy, a bit of inside knowledge. We were sitting beside his brother, Will Hakarati, right in front of us.
Right in front of us.
Right in front of us. And good fella, like very relaxed as you'd expect. Still looks in great nick. So end of the game comes, and he got up. They said goodbye to Brent. They buggered off. Him and his family there. Poor Lehigh comes up to the stands, and poor bugger, he looked like he was going to cry. He kept looking over like, oh, where's my brother? And I was trying to figured out he was down the other side. So I'm trying to he doesn't know I'm from a bar. So some crazy redhead in the stands going like this.
Because he's don't listen to you. This is good.
What can you do? What can you do? But he found him in the long last. But bugger. It was sad.
Redford also said that he'd be able to take Will Hapuati too. So there's that. But I tell you what, he did looking pretty good, Nick, though, didn't he?
He
He's doing like hydrox or something. He's out there. Yeah. He's doing it.
And to my fellow Manly fan who I've mentioned on this potty, Marky, who I was there with, I clocked that Brent Kite was a league player early, but he, it's been a bit retired. Marky, half a second, literally just nothing. So I was impressed. It was a good effort. Still a big boy. Also, Jesse Bromwich, Simo. Whoa, still in good nick. That's a monster of a human. My goodness.
Oh, you're getting around, seeing a few people there.
Right, that's what happens when you're the big dog in Redcliffe. You're with the big dog. You get to see
the goat. So the goat as well was there, which was good stuff. So
actually, it is a bloody good ground to see, to actually get up close and personal with the players. It's pretty good.
Yeah. We also got the photo. Yeah, Jamal Fogarty jumped in the stands for some photos. That was pretty sick. And that Leagues Club, what a ripper. Great time. So
and that Guinness on tap. It's just the best place, Redcliffe. It's just the best place, baby.
$12 Guinness on tap. We'll book that in again soon. But, gentlemen, it is a green light here for everyone. But I don't care if Jason Saab scores. He's just a red light permanent. I don't even care if he's in a run of form. Red light permanent. Strike him out. You can start Fogarty if you need to this week. If you're the Izzy Katoa manager, for example, fire him up. It's worth talking about Burbo. He's now 75. He's actually been basing plenty under this new scoring system, which makes me want to vomit. So I've got him as part of a platoon now, which I'm not proud of. But, hey, he had the game of his life, to be fair. So
did you fire him up in that game?
No, mate. Didn't need to score the 900 this week. But
I still lost. Oh,
yeah, would have clocked the 1,000 mark if I'd have run Burbo, but it's all good. You don't win them all. But either way, mate. And Hamoli, special mention for 6 tackles and a score of 120 odd, is pretty impressive. He was awesome. Quick mention from Dom. Ayo, Burbo Truther. Yeah, Simo is as close to a Burbo Truther as we've ever had. Called it last week, says Dom. You can have that one, old son. You did call it.
Yep, I'll take the victory lap now.
Yeah, you wavered a little bit, mate, to be fair. You wavered a little.
Oh, when? When did I waver?
You've been a little less supportive in recent times, to be fair. I seem to remember a screenshot. I remember a screenshot in my thing of when I picked up Burbo. I put him on the pine last week. You pointed it out to me. So
yeah, it was more just how you of all people has picked up Burbo.
I sadly watched the trend of my great SuperCoach game where if you tackle 25, 30 times as an edge back row, you'll probably score 60. Makes me want to vomit, but that's where we're at.
Oh, look, credit to you. But yeah, it was more just me showing you the hypocrisy of you picking up Burbo. But then look, credit to you. He's performing because he'll do that. He's a good player, Burbo.
It shows you that I'm an adult who can change his opinion based on your information, mate. But fair enough.
Or you were looking at 0-5.
Yeah. Man, I'm flying. Couple of wins back to back. The kid's on. Watch out. I would, mate.
Oh, shit. That's good.
Will Cluck's missing one of our fellow BDEers. Welcome, Will. Where the hell is Lock It In? I miss him. He's got his own little fan base within. Love it.
A little bit of commentary, boys, just on the old Facebook page. If you haven't been there, check us out, the BDE Boys on Facebook. But just because Will's in the chat, he said the same player that crashed into Donny's room last week crashed into my team. Lost by 20 points with Walsh, Critter, and Simonson in my 13. Shout out, Will, the clock man, unlucky.
Oh, the clock man's had a rough run. That is very rough. Shout out to you, mate. It's can't really get worse, to be fair. The clock man. That's good from you. The Dragons have finally done the thing that we're all calling for in the preseason, let alone 5 rounds in when your coach is about to be fired. Daniel Atkinson. Todd, we've spoken about this a bit, mate. I think he might be actually a 6.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
No.
Yeah, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, is probably a duck, you know? He definitely runs like a 5'8". He plays like a 5'8". The rest of the team don't really know how to play around him. Yeah, put him at 5'8".
And what can Kyle Flanagan do? Okay. Not great, not match winning, but okay. Guide a team around and kick the ball a little bit. He's okay as a 7. Anyway, here it is. So that might mean they're a slightly more cohesive unit. Simo, would you buy low on Val Holmes after his absolute Barry Crocker?
Yeah, look, depends on the price. I think it's kind of it's semi-warranted. I think there's no doubt about it. He's dropped a bit from where he was drafted at. So price dependent. I think he's someone that if you can sell him for someone that is of a similar ilk at the moment, sort of like that in that CTW borderline 2-3 range, I think that's a good buy low opportunity. But if you ask me Val Holmes rest of season, I think he's just going to be a solid 2 rather than a number 1 like he was drafted as. So it's one of those tough ones. I don't have great hope for Val Holmes being a worldie on the way home.
That's fair, mate. Charles Sloan comes in at fullback. I presume no interest there from either of you. Just a quick yes or no.
A big fat 0 interest from me.
Anything, Simone?
In leagues where you're desperate, if you need a bit of upside, the CCW eligibility is always nice. There are people that have lost players this week, and obviously the Dolphins are on bye. So he could be a really low end waiver in sort of 12 team plus. But yeah, people who haven't played SuperCoach for a long time have to know that Tyrell Sloan's base is probably the worst of many fullbacks to have played. So
I'll read out some base here from 2023 when he played fullback. Base 19, 20, 15, 14, 15. Those are the first 5 games. His base is shocking.
I mean, matchup is not horrible. I know that obviously Manly did have a good week last week. They still shipped 18 points in dead set 7 minutes at the back end of that game last week. So if you're going to pick him up, you can slot him into your 4 CTW as part of a platoon. So I don't hate it, but please don't rely on him. Has he got fullback status at the moment? He doesn't, does he?
No, he's only CT-dub.
CT-dub. So platoon, I'm fine with it. Incredibly low-end claim at best. All right. That's enough of the Dragons with just a quick mention to our boy Lucy, who's having actually quite a good SuperCoach season. Soon to be ousted by Dylan Egan, most likely, but yeah, he's going all right. All right. Hang on, is Brandon Wakeham starting again? Yeah. Nice. Nice.
That real punch in that first 20 minutes on Brandon Wakeham.
I was just trying to remember you had some choice words to share about our man, Brandon. You were giving it to him.
Yeah, because he's crap, dude. Go play Q Cup, dog.
Winning player, to be fair. Broncos versus Cowboys. So the old Jersey flag side having a run against the Cowboys here will be good to watch. Jesse Arthurs, Todza. I feel we've had this narrative before. There's not enough explosion to be relevant at fullback, is there?
Nah, bro. This screams like a 25 point. It's just, there's players that get to fullback and they're going to create something, do a little something. Jesse Arthurs ain't that guy, man. I just don't love it. Anytime I've seen him at fullback, haven't really enjoyed it. So just a gut feeling from me.
The only thing giving me hope here is that, is Adam Reynolds' injury not that severe? Because with Reynolds and Mam, and obviously having Karapani back, maybe he's just good enough. Simo, do you agree that if Reynolds, in fact, is fit and plays 80, it is the Cowboys. They played a bit better, but their defense is not incredible.
No, Reynolds won't play. Tom Duffy off the bench.
Duffy comes in. There you go. Yeah. I think I saw something that Reynolds being named was a mirage anyway, so maybe that's already been confirmed. But...
Yeah. I mean, to your actual question, though, like, I mean, if, let's say I'm wrong, and look, but all reports are that Duffy will come in, but let's say Reynolds does end up playing.
Yeah.
I mean, the matchup's fine, but geez, how many times have you got to see Adam Reynolds get injured mid-game for you to keep firing him up? Like, you've just copped a 20 off him last week. And then if he runs out this week and actually plays, re-injures himself, which is bloody very, very likely. If he comes out and throws out another 20-point game or something, like, you just got no leg to stand on in terms of, like, argument's sake. Like, you've been fooled once. Like, it's just screaming getting fooled twice. In his case, it was 15 times.
More in relation to Arthur's start, mate, because, like, to that point, if it's Duffy and Mam, I don't feel as though Bronx are going to do much. So you are, in answer to that question, then you're saying you think Reynolds either won't play or will go down, and you've got Jesse Arthurs as a no as well?
Yeah. I mean, Arthurs did a little bit last week, even with Walsh gone. But, like, that was against the Titans, obviously. Cowboys is a good matchup. You got to remember that. So, like, I think he's very similar to Tyrell Sloan, like
very close.
Just someone that could do something, but you'd rather not have to do it. But, like, definitely not like a top end waiver of any sort. It's more like a mid to low, if anything.
Could be a good, like, quickly rank them for me, Simo. Sloan or Arthurs, if you had to pick. And I'm thinking 12-team league. You've just lost one of those CTWs, which many just have, and you've got like a low end. Say your 9th to 12th waiver. Which one would you prefer?
I feel.
Todza, which one would you prefer?
Honestly, it's
it's not going well.
It's going good, Simo. It's going good.
Just say one word. See, well, that didn't go well, mate. We lost all that. Sloan or Arthurs, mate?
Sloan in the matchup.
Yeah. I'm with Sloan. I think there's a chance because he could run away with the job as well over Gutho, and probably should.
There's no way. But I would much rather play Gutho at like 50% than Tyrell Sloan. Seriously, that's crazy.
I'm going to go out and say I don't agree. I think Gutho is molasses now.
Oh man, we've seen Sloan play.
It's pretty sad. All right, enough with that fullback caper. Karapani's back, gentlemen. We did advise hanging on if you were there. It is a shame Walsh is down because I think better days would have been ahead. He could be one of the options to replace. Pretty comfortably ahead of Sloan and Arthurs. Quick thumbs up, thumbs down. Simo?
I'll go, thumbs up.
Yeah, cool. Probably like mid to low claim. It is still the Bronx. He should be there rest of the season. All right, over to the Cowboys. Braden Burns is named, so just pay attention, listeners, because apparently, injury was a chance he wouldn't get up. I think just the way the Bronx are at the moment, you probably can start a good chunk of these Cowboys. And Jake Clifford, Todd's up.
My boy.
Must start category at the present, 125.
He just does it all, doesn't he? Thank you very much, Jakey Clifford. I said it all. No, I didn't say it all. I have probably spoken the most about Jake Clifford. That's just where I ended up in a rock and a hard place. And boy, howdy, it's a lovely, hard place to be.
Yeah, and shout out Tommy Chester as well. He just keeps getting it done. He's having a great season.
Good player.
And real just a sad moment that officially, for those that hope maybe Ruben Cotter could just do anything, that appears to be just completely dead, like dead. There's no redemption.
With that, just plotter, just not even a tackle bot.
Couple of questions here coming in. So our man Dom, define Mariner. I'll just say a pickup as a better winger this week over Karapani. I'm still on the Karapani side myself, gentlemen.
Karapani for me, biased owner.
Yeah, Karapani, yeah.
Yep.
Good spell check there. Define Mariner.
I've got the whole sentence did me, to be fair. G'day, Cal.
G'day, Cal.
of the underperforming Broncos CTW do you prefer, Shiba or Karapani?
Karapani.
Yeah.
Karapani, but starting to, I think Shiba's probably the right answer, but
probably
I still can't get away from Karapani.
Yeah, probably. Without Walsh, I'd probably rather Shiba, to be honest. I've been playing Chester to sub in for Yongi at fullback. Well done, Paul. That's good gear, mate. He's been doing brilliant. Champion, absolutely. Crushing it.
Nice platoon.
He's doing it, mate, as easily as a fifth with that extra fullback coverage. Well done to those who got on that one. Shout out to Reed Marnie, 54. The kid is back, baby. Hello.
Okay, right. Reed Marty is not a guy I want to be hanging out with. Oh, boy, howdy.
Bunnies versus the Raiders. Very important matchup for the Raiders. And for those who were just nervously looking at the edge back row spot and the centre spots just every week, very good answer with Matty Timoko all the way in the extended. So looking very safe. Sasungi was amazing. Noel Martin could defend well, didn't attack all that flash. No changes, really, apart from Jed Stewart coming in for the X-Man. So unlucky for those who thought he had some upside last week. Really nothing to speak of there for the Raiders.
Tough, mate. Tough. Got to talk about our boy Ethan Strange, brah.
What about him?
Mate, the big trade from Simo on the weekend. Surely going to tell the listeners about Simo's trade.
Sure.
No love for Simo's trade. I mean, traded for Ethan Strange and then got a big score out of him.
Sure. If it was in the listener league, I probably would have brought it up.
Sure. We never talk about league of record here. Yeah, you're right, Redford. Yeah, true. Yeah, Bonlaw.
No, I think I'm missing our man. What's his name? The kick. Hang on. I'll get there. One moment. Lock it in.
Lock it in. Yeah, lock
it in would ask about league of record. Simo, what was your trade, mate? The league are desperate to know.
Oh, look, I'm nervous to get out any more than like one sentence with this bloody internet. But what did I do, Toddy? I traded Adam Dewey and Aaron Clark for Ethan Strange. Hello? Now my power's going out too. Did you see that?
Yes,
there's a dark presence in your room,
mate. Mate, Mum's basement's going no good here. Nah. Or was it this bloody an aeroplane hitting my house this week? What was it? Who did I get back? It was Strange, Connor Watson, and Ryan Couchman, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the big thing in our matchup, because Toddy and I play each other, Toddy obviously had the Jake Clifford start that we talked about before, which kind of serves me right because last week I said I didn't want Fletcher Sharp's 125 on the bench when we were sort of ahhing about Clifford versus Sharp, and then of course I come up against Clifford dropping a 125. So that was karma for me and probably well deserved. But I flexed Ethan Strange after trading for him and cracked out a 95, which was a difference. So sometimes you get lucky with these sort of things, but I guess if you make your own luck as well in draft, it also goes a long way.
Always have done, mate. You're a good tradist, and it pays to be aggressive. So very well done. And these two Titans went at it with Simo getting the chocolates with the two highest scores of the week. So
big chocolates.
Happy for Tozza.
It was a good week for the BDEs, actually. I think you were pretty close as well, Redford, this week.
Yeah, mate. You ended up third highest. Big week for me too. Very comfortable victory. Could have been better with Burbo. Start. Lost a coin flip with Hamish Stewart. But, it was a good week. And, Todzer, if you could, when you get a chance, mate, kindly share that ladder with the Facebook page. Popular requests. All right. He's back. The hectic cheese is in, Simo, Brandon Smith. I did suggest, given how terrible Hooker was last week, that he probably was a pretty good free agent stash. If you didn't go there and you're owning one of pretty much every hooker that sucks, and I mean all of them last week were, I think it was Wade Egan scored 70-odd. Some of the worst hooker scores you've ever seen last week with Grant going down. Blake Brayley didn't do much. I think, honestly, I think I meant Reid Marnie, probably one of the better scorers last week. It was just atrocious. Given how bad it is, Simo, but I guess we're not perceiving he's going to be a stud by any means. Can he at least average 55? Is it possible?
Yeah, look, the bar is honestly so low, isn't it? I mean, it's more, he's a pickup out of sheer desperation for anything with a pulse of hooker. Like, if you can, do I have any confidence he'll be a 55? Absolutely not. But the fact that he's a guy with at least a chance and a track record of being someone that could do it, like, I guess he should be rostered for that point alone. Like, it's he's probably more like a low end claim, if anything. I'd probably just peg him more as a free agent. And if that was the case, he probably would have been that last week because you did sort of bring it up. So, look, he's just one of those ones that if you've rolled out another crap score from your hooker and you're thinking about it last week, this is the week to go and jump on and just ride it out for a couple of weeks and see what you've got there. Because, I mean, chances are it fizzles, but if it does hit, you regret not doing it.
The great white hope here is the start and the move into the middle. That is the one spot. And I think with Kolomatangi, surprised he was named, to be honest, with that MCL, it actually makes a hell of a lot of sense why Keon's struggling to punch through the line. It completely stands out. He's played big minutes. He's just not running with the same ferocity. So if Keon were to not get up here, I think that's really good things for Brandon. Even if he does, I don't think Keon's going to play his normal 70 minutes out here. So that's the red hot chance. I think a claim is still fine here personally, even a mid to late, just because of what it could be. Because an average of even 52 is still better than the other guys who are like literally basing 35 with the minutes they've got. It is just rough.
I mean, what are the chances of him averaging 52 though? I mean, like,
nah, not even close. I think it's a miss.
I don't agree. I assumed he'd get eased back in off the bench, and I would be literally just going, whatever, free agent pickup, see how you go. The chance of him starting and playing about.
Yeah, but they were starting Bronson Garlic too, and Mamazalis was coming on. I don't see him playing big minutes in the middle either. Or who's he taking minutes off?
Well, Kepi's not a big minute guy.
No, but LeBlanc, Hubner, they're all good. Like, they go big.
Yeah.
We're going to work way harder than Brandon Smith is over the next 5 to 6 weeks just to match fitness in general.
Just remember as well, and it's a good comment here from Dom, I think the other thing that gave me optimism is exactly this. So Dom says, was my question on Book of Face, but Fifi cooked doing 50 to 60 minutes last 2 weeks. There's another bit of time as well for that bench to rotate through when you've got the hooker there. I'm more optimistic, listeners, than these two lads. I don't think he's going to just definitely average high, but he's worth a shot. David Fafita, if you wanted to buy low, this is your week. It's right now. You should be able to get him relatively cheap for someone else who's overperforming. We've said buy low because we are big Fifi fans. Geez, you'd want him to start finding a bit of upside. I do think the floor should be better than the week we just had, though. So I'm going to stick on it. I'm going to say buy low. Cal would certainly believe. Cal said, pretty sure that was just last game, apparently suffering from blisters. Lol. Simo, buy low?
First of all, blisters is a very serious injury. Thanks, Cal. It gets the best of us.
Yeah.
Mate, how bad is a bad blister, honestly? Nothing worse. The worst. Second to chafing. Yeah.
Second.
Especially if you get both.
Anyway.
Have you ever copped the elusive chafe blister double tot? That's what gets you.
That sounds great.
I mean, I've ended up with a whole heap of hemorrhoids at some point. So
Mate, keep your hemorrhoids. What did you say? Kick it in. Just push them in. You'll be right.
Kick it in.
What did you say? Off to buy low on Fifi. Yeah. Look.
Yeah.
Of course he's a buy low. Like he's a better SuperCoach player than what he's been in the last few weeks. It is like his price is starting to get lower and lower. I mean, yes, that might have just been blisters last week, but it still wasn't a pretty inopportune time for him coming off he had the buy low tag last week as well, and obviously then that performance there. So owners would be starting to field a few offers, I would imagine. So you can go and inquire.
I think the one mention here is the pretty poor play of Cody Walker still. He's not it. It hasn't been it. He looked okay at the very start, but I think you need a better Cody Walker than this to unlock Fifi. And I think Latrell's getting his by just doing his own thing. He's running a muck out there in centre. He's almost playing like auxiliary 5'8", really. It's pretty close, isn't it, Todzer? So Cody Walker absolutely needs to do something with Fifi. So I guess maybe now I've said that out loud, I'm not as confident because Cody's been pretty crap. All right, Tallis Duncan, absolutely rewarded. We did call it last week. We said, get on the man, start him. He was outstanding. Got out of the game.
He should have been bigger in SuperCoach too, eh? Didn't he get that one called back?
Yeah.
Got a decision called back and a big play called back too.
Yeah,
one of them was legit, 5 meters forward from Cody.
Yeah,
Walker.
that might have been. Yeah, that might have been.
I mean, yeah,
Tell you what,
he was a beast.
Playing against you and Tallis Duncan this week, Simbo, just watching him very closely, he is unbelievable. Hey, everything he touches is just perfect. He's so good.
Great player. It'd be hard to believe that Ewan Aiken would come back in. You don't
imagine. Wayne loves Ewan Aiken too.
He loves a bit of Ewan Aiken. Loves a bit of him. All right, over to the Sharks and the Roosters. It is a massively important game for the Roosters. I just want to go to the centres here, Simo. Hugo Savala. So what is his eligibility in SuperCoach?
He's got dual for both halves positions.
So it has to be brought up because of the 5'8" eligibility that it's such a crap position. Billy Smith now, this is a knee injury, I think. So after obviously face planting on the scooter, he's now gone and given himself a knee injury. Anytime you hear that, you know it's going to be time. So Savala could make this his own, mate.
Geez, Billy Smith can find his way to an injury. Such a good player, but man, he can find a way to an injury. But this is, I actually think Savala's quite kind of sneaky, especially in those really sort of deeper leagues. Probably a sneaky good shout for one of those guys that I wouldn't actually hate spending a highish waiver on in deep. I know the listener league or any of those sort of 12-team plus where you start full teams or you've lost a half or whatever. If you've been running Metcalf, for example, in a 12-team league, you can pick up Savala, spend a high claim to get him. Because I reckon there'll be a few weeks here. I actually do think there will be. He's come out and said that he's trained in the preseason as a centre, so he hasn't just been pigeonholed as a half. Obviously, he's got that in him, but Robinson sort of told him that I want you to try and trial for outside backs and be more of that utility style player. Stay at the Roosters too. He could easily have gone elsewhere, and he's decided to stay on there. So obviously, he's quite committed to the club, and I think the club will repay that. So if there is anything to do with Savala, with Billy Smith's injury, Savala, as you said, could easily just play well and keep this spot. No worries.
And it had to be Ponga couldn't be picked again. He's been so far short of standard. So that's a good bit of coaching there. So I'm with you, mate. I think it's an interesting, at least mid-waiver pick. And if you're 5'8" needy in a deeper league, I'm with you, mate. You may as well have a swing here. If Joe Ash is in fact not available, I'd still want Joe Ash ahead of him personally. But hopefully listeners got on last week. Victor Radley is back. Todzer. Now, I think this is wonderful. As with the addition of Spencer Leniu, this is a better looking Roosters side all of a sudden, mate, with obviously the exception of Billy Smith. It is the right time to get excited about some Roosters. Victor Radley, mate, as a 13, we think more relevance when he played on an edge, don't we?
Yeah, you see him through last year. I'm just looking at a couple of games here. He scored a big one on the edge at 83 the first week he played, but he scored enough of big ones during the middle too. It's just more about how many minutes he's going to get with Connor Watson there. I don't want to recommend Radley as a high-end claim at all. They're definitely not. But he is a guy that should probably be rostered just in case he gets that uptick of minutes and does pump out that 60 that he has pumped out before, but it's been a while.
Because he's more of a big hitter, isn't he, than a flopper. Credit to the man. He hits hard. So I just don't know how if this extra tackling stat's going to affect him too much. But I think free agent claim, mate. I'm with you on that. Over to the Sharks. Geez, I tell you what, if you lost with Nico Hines last week, you're having a tough run. He was in great form. His way he's running the ball was exciting to watch. Quick check-in on Tricky Trindle, gentlemen. Like, he's playing some bloody good football. It's one of those weird ones. Same with Will Kennedy. I've got to say it. Fullback is not that great this year. There's plenty of misses. At what point do we have to say at least they're part of it? We said platoon for Trindle. Kennedy, whatever. He's on one of those hot streaks until he fades out. If you're needy, it's fine, especially in your 12-teamers. So, Moeni Hiroti comes in. He's done plenty with his chances in SuperCoach. So, mate, will we get on board with Moeni Hiroti?
Free agent only. Like, if he was on the wing, I'd be much more about him.
Yeah,
he's a bloody good player, Hiroti. Like, I think he's. Oh, look, maybe I'll go a little bit harder. Maybe like a low-end waiver, but. I think Ramien's looking like it might be an MCL, so you could get a couple of weeks with Hiroti there. It's Ramien has
3 to 6, eh?
Yeah, like Ramien had a massive week 1, but after that he's sort of been he's gone off the boil, and obviously then he's picked up this knee injury. So a lot of the good Sharks attack, they prefer to go left, but look, Scone Katoa doesn't go too many games without getting across the stripe on the right-hand side either. So, look, Hiroti's probably someone that, if you like the matchup, chuck him in there. You could get a few weeks out of him.
Welcome, Broker Bones, to the potty, mate. Sharks are the package this year. I'd love to see them consistently do it against better opposition, but they do have a decent run home at the end of the year again. So, decent enough pickup. Jared, I'll come to your question a bit, mate, when we get a bit lower down the page. Billy Burns, here it is. Meso, hello, good sir. Always good to see you. Billy Burns is a confusing hold. I glean he has actually edged Nickera. I was half hoping he was benched so I could guilt-free dropping him average 58. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I was thinking about this one. He doesn't look particularly dynamic either. He's just a bit more of a worker edge back rower, but I guess he probably is holding the spot over Nickera, particularly in a win. I just think with Nickera there, though, like I think if you've got Burns a free agent pickup or incredibly low claim, you can start him. But I honestly think it's a risky-ish start each week, gentlemen. Any disagreement?
I do disagree. I would be starting him when Nickera came on. He played a bit of middle. He ended up playing 76 minutes, and he actually did some work in the middle. So I actually think he's a hold. And I would be playing him this week. I think a little bit of the same as last week is going to happen.
Yeah. Do you think then, Todzer, by that notion, do you think he's a chance to actually be a waiver, like a low-end claim?
Oh, I would be, a low-end guy. I think he would already be owned in a lot of leagues now, but just with him getting the spot. But, I would be spending a low-end waiver and just seeing what happens. I don't think it's a horrible spot for Billy Burns to be in.
It's funny how every single year there's this one player, and you can never pick when it's going to be. But there's always someone that just keeps on keeping on every week, and we're always like, nah, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. And, like, the scores are kind of there, and then all of a sudden they just, for whatever reason, the injury pops up or they just keep getting a roll. I kind of think Billy Burns might just be that guy this year. And it's just sort of a gut feel. Like, I don't think he's a great player. But, I don't know, it's been like the back end of last year now, all of this season, where the injuries are just breaking right for him, and he's finding a role every single week. Like, well, he's not a high-end waiver, but a waiver nonetheless, like a sort of lower-end claim. I think he should be on rosters. I'm a bit like Toddy. I think I'd hold him if I had him because,
he probably cost you a free agent anyway. Like, just ride the wave. I think he's going to be fine for the next couple of weeks, even when Nickera, sort of gets it back anyway.
Yeah, he's very coach friendly. I'll give him that. He does the right things, the solid stuff. So I get it.
Oh, just look, if we're coaching the Sharks, that's not what's going to happen. But we can never make sense of these guys when they pop up, which is why they're so elusive to sort of pick out off waivers.
Yeah, he's a filler. I think even with everything you've said, and he holds his spot, he's a bit of a filler for me as a third. I just don't think he's a guy that wins you too many weeks. So, but fair shout. Cal, they haven't lost a game since he got injured, so I'm optimistic, which is good. I'm going to hold him, but it's SuperCoach emotion I can't describe, says May. So it does feel weird to actually own and hang on to these players and start them. Eggs has come in. Welcome, Eggs. Todd, do you want to read that one out for us, bud?
Eggs said something about last week's noise. It sounded like a Transformers getting it on.
That's good gear.
I'd watch it.
Okay, yeah, I'm in on that too. Yeah, you bloody voyeur. All right, that's it for the Sharks.
Someone should make an edit of that, actually. That'd be funny.
All right, moving on forward, I'm going to go to the question of our man, Jared. Good to see you again, good sir. Jared asks, thoughts on Lasati rest of season and g'day, Cal. Expected minutes after Blore returns. I am all about Lasati, both either a hold or someone to trade for pretty soon because I think he's getting close. There is no way the Storm are struggling to close out matches, especially defensively on an edge. Does he not rock back into an 80-minute role? Sean Blore is cooked. Not a shot. Either of you disagree?
I like the take.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I love it. If I had Lasati, there's no shot I get rid of him. Not a chance. Okay, Moses Leo is back. Moses Leo playing on a wing, though. I think that's worth just quickly revisiting because as a centre, no thank you. But as a man who could hopefully do some finishing on the left wing, the left winger for Melbourne is way overdue here, gentlemen. We've been saying it for a while. Is it only Xavier Coates can score these tries on the left wing, or can we get behind this one finally?
Oh, I mean, it's been shocking that Storm left edge. Let's be real. Like, it's been – I think McDonald was rolling out. Now they got Cooper Clark there. To your point before, like they need Lasati back so bad.
So badly. So bad. Clark was never supposed to play on an edge at NRL level at this stage of his career. Like, not a chance.
There he is again there this week, so look out.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's so hard to say no to a Storm left winger, but geez, it's been a rancid spot this year.
It has. Warbrick slowed down as well, finally. But I'm going to say an FA pickup for Leo. Just make sure Storm don't get back into gear once Lasati gets there. I feel like there could be some better days ahead. Because Coates is still ages away, isn't he? 3 months he was from the start.
Yeah, he's a long time.
Miles away. Utukamanu, quick check-in here, Todzer. Sneaky little buy low window with a couple of pretty crap weeks and lower minutes as well. I think there's a little window here that maybe you could sneak something through.
Yeah, potentially, maybe like on a guy that's been going pretty good.
I
don't like Jackson Ford. Anyone?
Yeah,
that's something I'd do. Like just try and pick, and then hopefully that Stefano gets those minutes back. But maybe it was that Loiero was out for a little bit. That's why we saw an uptick in minutes. But now he's back, a bit more solid through the middle there, so he doesn't have to do as much. But I mean, tough matchup last week against the Panthers as well. You know.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it was matchup dependent. I still have a bit of Stefano for a 65 average rest of season and would be all about him, actually.
Yeah.
So, sneaky get for mine. Round 10 for Coates, says Cal. Wow, I thought it was longer than that. That would be probably have to start thinking about him sometime soon because I do believe Storm do play the Week 12 bye and he probably can't imagine he gets up for Origin that close, right? I wouldn't think so.
Oh, you wouldn't think so.
Be close. That's a couple of weeks, I guess.
Yeah,
yeah, that's close. That's really close, actually. He's good. He's bloody good. I'll give you the Tane to a picky first, Simo, then I'll get our resident Waz fan. What's the temperature check, mate? Like, is there better to come?
Oh, of course. Yeah, like he's he'll warm into the role. Like you saw on the weekend, like he only pumped out a 40 odd, but there was a couple of tip-ons there where he sort of swept on the right, created that overlap. Chance was able to pass on to DWZ for a couple. Like he just passes a guy test for me to a peaky. So, yeah, I'm going to hold the course with him.
I'll go to you now, Todd, as our resident Wales fan. It wasn't good. Love seeing CHT back in there. I think, we said, I understand the Metcalf coming in, but they were humming with him in the side. He was fantastic. Have you seen, channeling their inner Kelma Tuolangi, DWZ and Chance, have you ever seen two players go down like they've been shot from a sniper tower?
Like, they don't mind it, bro. Dallin has been like this for years.
Oh, my God, it just happens the whole game.
Wow.
And then Chance, you're like, oh, that's it. Neck injury, he's out for weeks. No, he's fine. Just name him. It'll be good. It's crazy.
Yeah, look, we weren't great last week, and what's really scary about this game is that Melbourne have come off a pretty big defeat, really embarrassing one too.
Yeah.
So they're going to be really up for it. We need to bring what we had in those first 3 rounds. So hopefully Boyd and CHT can get it going this week, and we can really sort of get back on the winning ways. The last 2 weeks just being flat, and it just felt like we had no punch in our defense. And the first 3 weeks we were rolling. So yeah, tough.
I think CHT is really good for this team. I'm a massive Metcalf fan as well, but I love his defensive starch in the middle, and they need it badly because you and I spoke about this, mate. Very soft up the guts all of a sudden, which is just weird.
And by the way, I am not a Luke Metcalf hater, but as soon as he's fit and ready to go back in, for me, he comes in for Tanner Boyd. I don't care how good we're going. It's just not even close for me. They're just way different atmospheres of players. Luke Metcalf gives this Warriors team a chance to win finals games. Tanner Boyd does not. So once Metcalf is back in, I like CHT on that side too. Defensively, I think he's so good.
Yeah, okay. Meso's come in with some Adam Pompey news. This will bloody get the fans up and about. Challenge the 1 week ban. Lost him will now get 2 weeks. And the Wars fans rejoice all year. I think he's still the weakest link in that side, personally.
I can't believe he failed and gets 2 weeks. That's hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
I hope Ali comes in and then absolutely brains it, eh?
I hope so too. So Leah Tower does come in.
I'd assume so. He's in the 23, so yeah.
Not the matchup to bring him in, unless I did, see rumours mate, is there a chance you're missing Capewell as well and the defensive star she offers? Possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. Because then Lecker back to centre as well, still not horrible for the Wars real life either.
Yeah, he's pretty good, eh? But he's just not getting involved in the game at the moment. Defensive work he's doing, that's why.
Todger, I don't think he's there for 80 minutes yet. He looked gassed, really gassed.
He got through a mountain of tackles and those third man in tackles, what I love watching at the moment. But he does look gassed, whereas Jacob Laban looks freaking insane. His defensive work is very good.
Do you know what else I really like? Tanner Stowers-Smith, mate, at bench punch. Plenty to enjoy there.
Yep, he's good.
Yeah, little Jazz Tavanga light there for me. I was like, feels right. Feels right to watch a bald nut run up the guts with some strength. All right. Actually got to mention, CHT, Metcalf's probably gone for what? You'd hope they nurse him back no matter what happens, but he is probably a chance of staying in, as you said as well, Todd, if they start winning again.
Yeah.
At minimum in 12-team leagues, he's 100% a waiver claim. But let's ask for 10-teamers. If you were short of 5/8 right now, which most people are, do you put a waiver claim in here, or are you nervous?
I would put it a mid-tier claim in if I was really desperate at 5'8". I don't see him scoring crazy good. He's really good real life player, but it's just I don't know if it's going to transfer to SuperCoach. So it would be a lower waiver for me anyway.
He's a good floor guy. So he's he'll get you almost 40 guaranteed with a chance of one attacking stat and a 65-70. So still got some value. So I'm with you, mate. I think that's about right. 12-teamer, if you need a 5/8, which a lot do, you probably have to pony up close to your first. So it is what it is. All right. To the poor Eels, who I really enjoyed watching getting beaten, to be fair, because Tigers is fun. But I actually kind of felt sorry for them with how many injuries they had in that game, and they nearly hung on. And speaking of injuries, what a shame that our man, our 2-try-scoring wizard, is actually already injured with an AC joint. How brutal, Simo.
Yeah, that would have been a pretty crazy SuperCoach story too. He's halfback only. Is that true?
He is. He is, and he won't get dual until round 12. I saw that written today.
Yeah, I'm all about Kalani going, how he's had that hooker 2RF for years. I'm all about these obscure positions. It's just so good. What was that? Sorry.
I love that the story with Kalani going is the chances of him playing hooker are just literally non-existent as well. I love it. Makes me so happy. Oh, I thought
so good. These sort of obscure ones.
Oh, there he is.
I I'm very captivated by what you've got to say about
You
Glenn
just
going, mate.
looked like I was like, it wasn't that interesting a point, mate, but thank you. That's great. That's great.
No, I definitely dropped out. I definitely was gone.
That's so good. Please tell me more, Redford.
Yeah,
Joash, mate, I'll stick with you. I think there was enough there to get excited, and I tell you what, you are absolutely starting him this week against the Titans.
You are. If you weighed him last week, 48's not. It's not obviously a great score, but it's not a bad score. He'll be better for the run. Just keep firing up, Joash.
Hell yeah.
So, Joash versus CHT, given their timeline.
Joash.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not a huge CHT guy, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's closer. There's a pretty good floor argument there for CHT, but yeah, fair enough. Ronald Volkman comes in.
Oh, my boy, yeah.
Yeah, not so sure about this one. If he was playing for Penrith, I probably would get excited, but I'm not so sure about Para.
I swear he comes in and has like a good game every now and then, just for funsies, Ronald Volkman. I'll have to go back and check his scores.
You would be a very brave man to start in here.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
I think that's really it for me. Will Penasini's back. If you're desperate, I guess you can probably platoon Will Penasini. Just a shout out to Bailey Simonson and his bad luck. He was putting together a really good SuperCoach season and kind of showing that he wasn't a horrible player, to be fair, and got absolutely that's just unlucky. That's so unlucky.
It's rough for Leoli to miss a game for that.
It is.
They
are trying to outlaw those, Timo. Like they've made it pretty clear. Don't tackle. Like you got to let them hit the foot back on the ground before you reestablish. And I did see, I think it was Macassini a couple of weeks ago actually did like in the air and he just left his arms down the side and waited for the guy to drop and then did the bear hug. Now Macassini benefits from being a man mountain versus Luke Laulii, but it is possible to adjust. Tough one.
Yeah, I hate it. I think they should just let them, like the old rule of like being allowed to tackle the attacking player in the air. Just if they wait for them to hit the ground, these players are so good they can offload in that half a second it takes. Like it's, if I was coaching, like you'd rather them give away the penalty than let them hit the ground and then pass and lead to a try. Like I don't know. It's a rule I'm not a huge fan of.
Mam versus Joash at 5'8" this week. Todzer. Ezra had a very good game with 97.
Joash.
Yeah.
Ezra's floor's way too low for me.
Yeah. Probably. Yes, I'll agree, but I think it's very close. Very, very close because it's still Bronx playing the Cowboys. So that's close. Our boy Phoenix, welcome back, good sir. That was Stanger, by the way, listeners. Thank you for joining as well, sir. Hey, boys, I'm tossing up a claim between Penasini, Sully, my boy Tuala, just keeps on keeping on. Do not start Canary Tuala this week against Penrith. Jesse Arthurs, how would you rank them? Tim, I'll give you this one, good sir.
I would rank them Sully, Arthurs, Penasini, Tuala.
Yeah, I can live with that. Tuala rest of season, though, just braining it there on the right edge. Meso, good chance for a tight. Oh, hang on. My apologies. That's the right one. Meso, good chance for a Titans bounce back this one with all these Eels injuries. Tino, Kinney, Fermor, Sammy, Brimson. This is a last chance saloon to turn it around for their value. It certainly is. I think Kinney is the big one. He has got to show something here. My goodness.
I actually think Tino's the big one, to be perfectly honest. Like
60, mate.
60 with a was it a line break assist, try assist?
Yeah, it's been slim.
Or was it? Oh, sorry, it must have been just a line break assist. Sorry,
it was a line break. I don't think no try assist.
No, Campbell passed it, didn't he? It was an offload to who did he offload it to? Someone. Yeah, look, all those Titans. Just I think like Kinney. I mean, you kind of have to stay the course with him now. Like it's.
Yeah,
you're not trading him for anything you're going to be happy for. I wouldn't have thought.
No, tough. tough spot. You just hope they find something. At least Jaden is showing a bit of spark, and it's just Ilias. I know we're having a bit of fun before, but it's not helping that he's playing 5'8". You can just literally key on everyone else. He just doesn't offer anything. You are welcome. Phoenix says, thanks, boys. Good luck, good sir. All right. In terms of the rest of this, like Riley Smith, because he got to play a bit of 5'8", I think, when Jonah went down, or at least a version of a receiver in there. Nothing really doing there. I think Cleese Haas has come into play the front row. Is he got enough minutes going here, Todzer, to be relevant?
Well, he came off the bench last week, didn't score overly great, but we've seen him score okay scores when he does get started.
Yeah.
Look, he's like a free agent stab and hope he gets some minutes kind of thing. I wouldn't really recommend it, to be honest.
Do you know what worries me about this Titans side under Hannay is very similar to, you know how Jason Riles goes through those periods where he's like, no offloads, gents, no second phase ball, no offloads, too risky. Where is the Tino? Cleese Haas can offload as well. Like, where are the offloads to start the second phase ball here? You don't have the most dynamic team, so you need something different. I just hope that he's not going to have this throughout his entire reign. He just wants to play, like, for the want of a better expression, that old school Sharks grindy football or the Storm football. Because then we're stuck. For a SuperCoach, this is just a wasteland. Rest of the season, they're all cooked. So I hope not.
Yeah, Hannay's not going to rock up there and just let him start flinging it around.
He's not.
Which he'd love to see him do it, because that's sort of what Benji did at the Tigers, and look how well that sort of turned out for a lot of his players. Like, they've sort of kicked on if they've sort of embraced that natural game. But Hannay's going to want to set standards, isn't he? So could be a tough one for the old Titans.
I think so. Unfortunately, Simo, it's got the writing on the wall, and you've nailed the psyche there. And on to the game of the round, listeners. The mighty Newcastle Knights versus the mighty Tigers in the battle for second behind Penrith. Can't believe that was said out loud, but it's the truth, baby. Tigers were awesome. Knights were awesome. So should hopefully make for a pretty exciting open game at Campbelltown at 4:05. Hopefully sunny. I thought Tavana, Todza, especially in the air, that high ball.
Yeah, boy.
Holy crap, he's got game.
Yeah, he's got a bit of bat in the young kid, doesn't he? Don't mind picking him up as a wee stash.
Bad week to be Greg Maggio, I'd imagine.
I would think it is, mate.
Too small, my friend. Too small. Yeah. Bro, you're going to leap over him.
Yeah, Tavana, what a leap.
Bro, he's fullback eligible too.
Yeah, he has to be mentioned, mate, as just someone, because if he plays like that, obviously on a winning streak, like, I know, look, May has to come back in. We know this. There's no way he's got an absolute lock on a spot. But I don't know, like, with Lali going to the Bears with his brother, apparently, he's been good. I think Lali's been actually really good as well. But there's a shot. I think Macassini in the centres is not it, personally. I know they won, but he just, I don't know, boys, if you watch, I just find he's not winding up in the centres. It's more just going through the motions a little bit. I'd love to see him with space on a wing and be damaging. So, Tavana, just a free agent claim, Todzer, or do you think there's
a free agent we stab? Like, it's just a wee little fun play. I think this is a good matchup too. This will be a fun game.
Simo, we've been around Jarrell Skelton because real life, I don't think he's all that much chop. But in terms of SuperCoach, the boy can literally bulldozer people. It's against the Knights, so you want to say it's a good matchup, but the Knights have defended spectacularly in recent weeks. So where's the truth? I don't know if Simo's listening.
I only caught half of that, mate. Sorry, but I only caught the back half of what you said.
You just captivated.
Tell me about Jarrell Skelton.
He's like, Redford, tell me more. Jarrell Skelton, mate. We love a bit of Jarrell.
We do, but like, last game of the round makes it really tricky. Like, it's it does make it really hard. Like, you can free agent him and to see how you go, but probably want to try and handcuff him with someone else at the Tigers, or even one of the Knights outside backs, and just sort of give you a chance to sort of pivot if he doesn't get up.
Thank you, mate. Solid contribution. I I'm going to put a player up in lights here that was mentioned earlier in the potty as well, is our man, Jock Madden. Golden Rich called it out earlier. We've set him on this potty for like several years now. You're telling me he doesn't have the stones and ability to play as a half in the NRL somewhere? Like, I don't know. That's a bizarre one to me. He fantastic. Clutch, did all the right things. Absolutely love his work. But anyway, couple of good questions, though, coming in around Phoenix Crossland from Cal. G'day, Cal. Is Phoenix low-key a top 5 hooker given his 80-minute hooker lock roll? Gross to say, I know. It has to be brought up. He's a tackling machine. He might do just enough. Like, I think it's legit.
Yeah, I think it's legit too. It's bloody disgusting to say, but
It is.
I mean, if you're playing 80 minutes, you're probably a good enough chance of being a top 5 hooker at this point, right?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty sad, but
like him being it is like 50 average, bro. Like he's like, so he gets a 55 and he's the guy. It's crazy. Phoenix Crossland's so trash.
It's the world we live in.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Real life, definitely not trash in terms of defensive. What he offers defensively, like I've grown. I'm back on him after being on and off him for about 25 times in the last few years. Just his defensive work is just exemplary. So. Love the Warhorse. What happened to Stafford Toa? Our boy Todd's disappeared.
Injured, huh?
Unfortunately, came in injured, and I do believe I heard there was a re-injury or something had not gone well for him. So I think with Tigers winning, I think he's one I would not guarantee comes back into this side, to be honest. I wouldn't be banking on it personally. Okay, we've got Meso. So my one for you, mate. So what's the prediction for when DB returns, due to be back next week? Does Sandon move to the bench or does Sharp move to fullback? If so, does Hunt become the centre with Best out? There's a lot going on here.
I actually think Meso's nailed it, to be honest. I reckon like Fletcher Hunt has to be in the team in some way, shape or form, and centre would be the most logical place. So I reckon that it might only be for 1 week. Or maybe 2 weeks, if it depends how far away Ponga is. But yeah, I reckon if Dylan Brown is back next week, that'll be it. I reckon he's all over it.
How good is Sandon Smith playing? Like, what is he doing? Everything right. Decision making, little in-game kicks, even defending pretty well. Broker's given us some love. This is an impressive project. Potty, thank you very much, Broker. Good to have you aboard.
Is that a sledge or?
It's got to be a sledge.
Is that a sledge?
I'm going to choose to believe that Broker is as captivated as Simo has been with mine and our words.
Like this is sledge there.
I'm going to stick with positivity. Love your work, Broker. Don't say any more, mate. All right, Paul. I too, mate, agree with this one. I was really hoping for Verrills to break through this year. Getting off now for Sandon or Crosslands to either have rest of season value or they cannibalize their minutes. I'd be on Phoenix. Verrills is dead in the water. The bench hooker is just absolutely crushing him. He's a guy who can jag you one of those, try assists at the line. He's pretty decent at that, despite what Todzer thinks. But he's not getting it. He's a tough play. If you are the Verrills owner, as I am, I made plans to move on to Brandon Smith myself. Meso said, I was thinking about Phoenix. His PPM isn't great. If Sandon plays 14, Phoenix won't play 8. Yes, that is absolutely part of the narrative, unfortunately, Meso. It's just in the immediate term, Phoenix can be started and give you a few weeks, at least. Harrison Graham, unfortunately, Dom, he's been awesome. Mate, it's weird, listeners, to have this much depth at the Knights. Like, he's been fantastic, but he would get dropped. Verrills versus Phoenix right on the line. Yes. Dion Anthony when is KP back? Couple of weeks, I believe, still not certain. Barry Tui, I'm sure, will bring us up. KP round 8 to 10, he believes. Yes, Broker's still not letting us know which way he's going with this. Positive or negative, just choosing to believe. You're just pouring on the adoration, mate. Thank you. Is anyone else really annoyed that Alex Twal is now the second coming of Christ? Is that bothering anyone?
I reckon it's bothering the Terrell May owners.
Terrell did have a good game, though. He finally did show something, but Alex Twal with his dual eligibility,
unreal.
Look, there's a lot of people blowing up on X about this, and rightfully so. I mean, just the way that the scoring system is. Is this really the way we want SuperCoach to be played?
I mean, in real life, people feeling Alex Twal, though, he's been really good.
He's been really good in the past.
Paul's been really good, and those two guys for me who have been really good real life, and it's just showing on SuperCoach.
It's a fair argument.
It's a bit of both. You're right. It's Twal has had periods of this where he's been pretty good, but just not this good. Fair play to him, but it's just a bit rough. I reckon if he was averaging 70, it's fine, but not bloody whatever he is now, 80 plus.
Do you know, we mix in a tiny bit of classic content here. The amount of trades this week from Payne Haas down to Alex Twal is going to be disgusting. It will be gross, but it's happening. Yeah. Mention to your man, Paul Pierce, the Celtics legend. That's a player right there.
Kid can play. Boy, howdy. When he gets that ball out and just look, bro, that's how Sonny Bill had that ability to just get his hand out and look for something. KPP has that, man.
Bro, he would have scored 150-ish if he'd have got over the line. He nearly got that down as well.
He's pretty good.
He had a whale of a game. But we've got Jermaine McEwen. We're all good. Don't worry about that. Anyway. All right. Quick mention, Wilson DeCourcy came on, did some good base plus power things. Matchup's not terrible. Bradman Best, yet another 3 to 4 week tissue injury, that he just loves to do. Any interest whatsoever as a free agent, gentlemen?
Not for me.
No.
Wouldn't think so myself. All right, that brings us to the end of the matchups this week. So there's a little bit there, listeners. So I've taken a bit of a summary here for you. So, before I do that, we've got another couple of questions here. So Pookley Woo, welcome along, mate. Good to have you. Couple of quick ones. Jack Williams for Tino. Would you take it? Simo.
If I own Tino, if I played through the origin period, so for the buy rounds count, I would take that trade. If I didn't, I would keep Tino.
You'd want Tino,
because those extra 3 games, or maybe not quite 3, 2 or 3 games that Jack Williams would get, I think that would be enough to make me take the trade because it's kind of close-ish. Jackie Williams is going to be punching out sort of 60 plus pretty consistently, just doesn't have the upside that Tino does. So, I think the buy rounds would be it for me, where that tipping point is. And for the other one, just remind me who the Raiders have. I forget who they've got this week.
Raiders are away. They are playing. Bear with me. I'll grab it for you, sir. Raiders are away at Souths.
I would definitely start Strange.
Yeah, I like that too. I wouldn't. I think I get the question. That's really well done. And I just want to go quickly answer. I'm going to come in a lot harder on the Williams Tino. Take Tino in a heartbeat. Not even close. I think that's a very lopsided trade. I think Tino's a chance of becoming good to win your leagues. Jack Williams not playing on an edge sucks. If it was Jack Williams 80 on an edge, I would see why that's close. So I hope you get that one through, mate. Saran. G'day, gents. Hold Plath, Trey Mooney. Definitely hold Trey Mooney, 1,000,000,000%. If you could buy low on Trey Mooney, I would also do that. Pick up Stash Lasardi. I would literally burn close to number 1 waiver claim on Lasardi if he was sitting out there in leagues. It would be high, very, very high. Leo's a fine stash. Barnett is an okay stash as well. He's just away for a bit and very disrupted season, Todger, so maybe not as exciting.
Maybe not.
Definitely. Are you dropping Plath then to pick up Lasardi, Redford?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because that's his conundrum, I think.
Yeah, any disagreement, gentlemen?
No.
I'll probably try and find another way in the short term, because that's probably a couple of weeks, but rest of season, Simo, you want Lasardi over Plath, right?
Yeah, it just depends who your hooker is. Like,
that's a good point.
Plath is a really low key hooker shout rest of season. If you got a good hooker, then I'd have and Plath is expendable. I would 100% do that. But look, Lasardi is a very juicy carrot to go and get off free agency. So
juicy. There'll be many leagues he's out there. Go and get him. I'll just come back a couple of great other questions here, but I'll just jump to Meso on Plath. Plath is interesting too now that he has hook eligibility, exactly what Simo is on, Meso. Does Plath play lock at full strength? Knowles is terrible. Yeah, it's one of those annoying ones. I feel like Knowles was brought out here by the coach, and I can't have confidence Plath would be the lock. I see what you both see. Like, imagine if he does re-roll and plays 60 to 65 at lock, then you absolutely do not want to drop Plath. So I get it, Simo. Try and drop someone else, but don't drop Trey Mooney. That's no way. Not a chance.
This Dolphins forward pack is going to really be a pain in the ass, I feel.
Yeah,
in about 3 weeks' time.
I agree. Dion and Fonny, 3755. 12's PPM career floor is about 1.1. He getting 70 out of last couple. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, even if he drops Dino down to 60, he's still viable AF for the rest of the season. It's bonkers. So this format has treated the man very well, and he's found an offload, to be fair. Travis, you may have missed the very start of the potty, mate. Would love you to rewatch the whole thing, but just in case you don't get a chance, am I taking Arthurs as your number one waiver pick? It is resounding no from the boys. There are plenty of other better CTW options. We even think Karapani in his own team we're a bigger fan of. There are a couple other options there at CTW, but no, not a number one waiver. You would have to be, gentlemen, in a 16 to 20 team league for that to probably be relevant, I would say. But then you'd know anyway. So, okay, we've also got Meso. Is it Gannon or Smithies? I can't. There. Same, similar player. Dare I say it, I think Knowles has got a tiny bit more. I don't know a lot about Gannon. Lucas Mentos. Hi, fellas. Need some CTW help. Lost Critter and Ramian. So, quick recount. Karapani, Sloan, Arthur's, Hiroti. In that order, gentlemen. I think we're our CTW options this week. Not spectacular by any means, but there's some chance in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon, right. Because you got Ramian, I think it makes sense to look at the Hiroti option as a potential free agent. I think that's I wouldn't be looking to burn a mega high waiver on some of those names we've mentioned there. So I reckon if you can sneak Hiroti as a free agent, just do that.
Yeah, with Critter out for a while, I'm going to slightly disagree, Simon. I think if Karapani's out there, I'd still burn a mid myself, just on the chance the Bronx do keep it going.
Yeah, it's fair. Sorry, I didn't realize Karapani was there. That makes sense. Yep.
All good. All right. Do you want to jump into the listener league wrap up, please, Todd Mount? And then I'll get you both to think of any questions that we've got left to wrap it up.
Well, Toddy does that. I'll sneak an X one in because there's only one. He wasn't on the chat today, so he must be listening later. Adam B. Stock, one of our regulars.
G'day, mate.
He's sorted at 2RF because he's got Dylan Lucas and Fermor. So I'm just not sure if he starts 2 or starts 3, but his question is essentially choose one rest of season: Teague Wilton, Tallis Duncan, or Katonga from the Eels.
Oh, Tallis Duncan. With a bullet for me, and not just because of the 100, just because I believe in the talent.
Yeah, that's spot on for me, mate. Too.
A round of Duncans.
Round of Duncans.
Good bloke to have a beer with as well, I've heard.
Yeah.
Good question. And if I would just go a bit step further, Simo, depending on depth of your bench. Jesus, I'd love me a bit of Teague or Katonga as your platoon fourth if you're playing a rotation of 3. If it's a rotation, rotation of 4, I meant to say. If it's a rotation of 3, though, then you're laughing with those 3. So, good question. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it from X today.
Yeah,
Sim?
yep. That's the one.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, beauty.
Tom, did you have any more from Facebook, mate, or was that the one?
I did have one. It was my best 2 season-long picks out of Willison, Arthurs, DWZ, Leo, or Taruva.
Oh,
Ew.
well, just because it's multi-positioned as well.
Yeah, it's all over the. Yeah, if you're playing a flex, well, it's not Willison.
I'd almost go. Say the names one more time. I think I know my answer, but
Willison, Arthurs, DWZ, Leo, and Taruva.
It's Taruva.
Yeah,
I think it's Taruva. Just
Taruva's been pretty good this year, to be fair to him.
he has. He won't lose his spot either when that all gets moved around. I'd probably say Taruva.
Yeah, I'm close to saying Moses Leo, but nah, Taruva deserves it.
Todd, hang on before you jump in there, mate. Fellas, quickly, Talis Duncan or Wong for rest of year. Third tour. We're Duncan fans, but don't hate Wong. If you got him as the platoon fourth, that's also really good. Keeping in mind the Roosters are likely about to go on a bit of a run. Travis Harvey for hooker position currently got Verrills. Who else could I get from waivers? Brandon Smith, Marnie, or Riley Smith. Pretty tough for me. I'm definitely on the Brandon Smith side of that. And gives you a chance, but I still wouldn't spend a very high claim, mate.
I'd go Marnie.
You'd go Marnie. Okay.
Yeah.
Stinkfest.
Tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Tough out there. All right, Todd Mountain, if there's no more book of face, do you have the listener results for us, please, sir?
Hold on, maybe I'll do another one with book of face. No, I think Dom already asked today. Anyway, move on. Dom already asked it. Yeah, mate, the Listener League last week, we had the bearded Broncos absolutely smoke Whithead Nikos, put 931 up to a 717.
Not bad.
In another 900-point score, the old BDE Redford, the big dog, must be nice. Puts it to Sherry's Pie, unfortunately only scoring 637. Shout out Sherry's Pie. Baxter's boys, they put up 854 against Adolf Fittler. I'm lucky to my boy Fittler. Don't go chasing Kurt Falls. Don't mind if you do. Still first place. Beat Silkwood Slugs, who was set in the bottom 7 to 716 to 867. Simo, big unfortunate loss for you, old son. Munster Zig gave you a bit.
Copped it, yeah.
115 from Nathan Cleary, 120 from Kai Pearce-Paul. That'll do it.
Yeah, as a Walshy owner too, it was
tough.
Yeah, tough going this week.
Tough, mate. And in the matchup of the round, yours truly, the big dog, gets one up over SJ's Revenge. Cop that, old son. Cheeky pickup on myself, DWZ 103. Thank you very much. You love to see it. That's how you do it, Jared. Get that up,
That's how you do it. He's a lovely bloke, Jared, but get that one up, yo.
Get that up, yo, son. Yeah,
mate, what did you actually score this week, sir?
It wasn't even close to 900, mate. It's 838. Yeah. I'm not cheering.
Todd's is putting together a usual Redford type season.
It's a scummer. It is
scumming his way through, but every win counts, mate. So, yeah. All right, got a couple of questions before we get done here. Thank you for that wrap up, Todd. You're getting good at that, mate.
Thanks,
Our boy Phoenix, with his namesake Crossland at number one waiver, if I'm the JMK owner, can't have Crossland as number one claim. We're not going to go that hard. We're not going to go that hard. And if you're in a 20 team, I'm about it, but I think we'll go that hard.
Yeah, if Phoenix Crossland is set on your free agency / waivers for this long, then you can wait another week and kick chances are you'll pick him up as a free agent. If you don't, so what? You haven't missed much.
Yeah, and Phoenix, that's a good temp check. When we will try hard to outline when we're saying a player is a lot better than expected versus drop everything and pick them up for number one waiver. So definitely not that. Stanger, good to have you back again. I know you have a couple of comments tonight. Sorry, late mail. Should I waiver Kicks for Lasardi? No, I wouldn't drop Kicks for Lasardi.
Surely you got someone else that you can drop for Lasardi.
Yeah, no, Kicks has got better days ahead. I mean, I heard the lack of early ball he's getting is just mind-blowing. They're just running into cul-de-sacs and giving him no space. So Kicks will have some better days. So no, wouldn't do that one. Travis, Meaney has been shocking this year. Would you guys be picking Hiroti over him? Planning on selling Metcalf and getting Hiroti and bench Meaney for now. I still wouldn't drop Meaney with the goal kicking myself personally. So it has been rough. And I put my hand up. I thought he was going to be the recipient of a good back line, but it's not worked. Yeah, I wouldn't drop Meaney, boys, for Hiroti. I think that's fine.
No. When he says he's going to trade Metcalf out, though? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, I don't think I'd probably do that either for trade value later on.
If there is two options, if that's all he has, I'd drop Meaney.
Yeah, I can live with it. About to say it. We're not. Stanger's second part. So he's got Kicks, Fermor, Martin, and Katonga.
Got dropped Katonga. For Lasati.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That's a pretty solid 2RF call there. I'd be looking to trade maybe and pick up Lasati somehow. Because keep in mind, listeners, we're excited about Lasati the rest of season, but he's not named even on the extended. He may or may not be back next week or the week after. Have a gauge of your league. If he's sat there on free agent all this time and you're the only one who listens to this podcast, you probably don't need to burn a very high waiver claim. Like, have a think about your setup.
And if you're the only one who listens to this podcast, tell your league mates, you dogs. Get around them.
What a
multiplier. Get around the boys.
Yes, I'm with you. So, Travis, I'll do a quick run through, mate. We actually didn't have a number one waiver claim with a bullet this week, gentlemen. Like, there's not one that you just to be honest, I think overall we just didn't have anyone we said you should spend a very high claim on, Simo.
Not really.
No, for me, the highest claim of the week is Savala. And he would be only a high-end claim if I've lost, let's say I was starting a halfback or a 5'8" that's either on bye, injured, or from like a really deep league. I really, if I'm sitting in the top 3, I'm probably not spending the claim this week, most likely.
Fully agree with you, mate. I think maybe the only argument I could go to is if Joash still sat there from last week and you are in need of a 5'8", I could probably get around that as a plan. And I still think I would definitely want to own Karapani if he's out there. But again, I'm with Simo. I'm not burning a top 3. No way. Todd, did you see anyone in there, mate, for you that was higher?
Not that I would burn a top 3, no. I like the Savala shout. Like if you're like you've been running Daniel Atkinson or someone like that, like it's a wee stab. And if you had a mid-tier claim on Savala, I like that.
Probably just thinking, listeners, sometimes not every week is about the big waiver claim. It is about time to start having a look at those teams that may have a player surplus. So, for example, Stanger, Kicks, Fermor, Martin, and Katonga. If you think you can get Lasati as well, I would be trading Martin right now, assuming that is Noah Martin. Go trade Noah Martin for someone. I think you've got depth. You may as well have a crack to strengthen your team elsewhere. Your Brian To'os, we said, are buy lows. Your Matty Burton's potentially a little buy low. Fifi Darling, probably not for you there, Stanger, but you get what we're throwing down here, listeners. Like, have a crack at some of these players. Offer a good player like a Noah Martin for a gap in your team, and it'll benefit you. Noah Martin should fetch a pretty good CTW, I would think, Todzer.
Oh, you would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Go pick up like a Willie Warbrick had a bad week last week, so you didn't get that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't trade Martin straight for, but I like the idea, I like the
something like that,
concept. Yeah, absolutely.
Sasangi,
if people are still unsure, probably going a bit too well. I think that like Noah Martin for Brian Toller right now, if the person needed a 2RF, it's probably not horrendous. I'm not saying maybe even straight up, but it's fucking close.
Yeah, fair.
All right. Gentlemen, I think that's us. I think we've had some wonderful questions, and the listeners started a bit slow and turned up in droves towards the back end, which is great to see. BDE that's been a wonderful potty with some great questions. Todd Mount, absolutely love the energy tonight, old son. Thank you.
Loved it, mate. Good fun. No dramas.
Simo, I absolutely love the feeling of you actually being interested in what I was saying for a change, mate. So thank you for that this evening.
it would be the first time ever. Hopefully, you took a screenshot
it
of
was.
that, mate.
I'm actually beaming, mate. That was tremendous.
It was as bit as easy to read as old mate's comment about the, giving us a rap before. Just,
You mean the incredible positivity?
Yeah, so much positivity.
Up the chat says broken bones.
Work, Paddy.
Yeah. Also, can I say, Grabs, Kebabs, yes, welcome back. Hello, Kebabs. Good on you, mate. No, it's that I think, listeners, this is the time really to make a move on buying low or selling high. I think it's about, we're 6 weeks in. Definitely have a good look at it. Simo, some great advice around that topic this evening. Have a good rest of the week, sir.
Thank you, mate. Hopefully they don't drop out here. So, just echo what you said there, mate. Just, try and at least have some trade discussions this week because, it certainly is that time of the season where these things start to really get very active and they start to heat up, where people sort of start to realize that maybe their team's maybe not performing the way that they thought it would on draft day, or obviously suspensions and injuries and whatnot could hit you. So it's not too late to turn your season around either if you have copped those things. So don't be afraid to get on the chat with your mates and see if you can get a deal done.
Absolutely. And Meso finishes with, thanks, gents. Great potty. A whole bunch of no-name CTWs getting run this week. Here. Good luck in all your matchups. Thank you very much, BDEers. And as always, get that BDE India. Or